Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. We will give a minute and two while people are joining, but we will make a start. It's 3 o'clock. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us in celebration of International Day of Yoga. We have an amazing deep relaxation session coming up with Sujata. She's going to be taking us through the deep relaxation. We also have some special guests amongst us today. One of them, the big chief guest being Kushela Vagela. She is the Indian-born first member of parliament in Australia. We have active mummies as well, who is actively working within the community. And this is Nidhi Yogi. I'm Nidhi Yogi, who is founder of Saki Saheli, which is based in Melbourne, helping women. I'm going to hand it off to Niti to talk a little bit about what International Day of Yoga is. And then we're going to go on to Kushelaji. Take it away, Niti.
Thank you, Nidhi. Hi all. So the International Day of Yoga has been celebrated annually on the 21st of June since 2015, following the inception of the United Nations. So United Nations have been formed by all the Asian nations, especially yoga has been celebrated in India. And by 21st June is celebrated as International Yoga Day because in Northern Hemisphere, this is the longest day. That's why we celebrate it. So that's the meaning of International Yoga Day. And yeah, I'll hand it over to Kaushalyaji. Thank you.
Thanks, Niti. Namaste, everybody. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I'm sitting for this virtual yoga event day today, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. I would also like to acknowledge the representatives of High Commission of India in Singapore, representatives of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, Sujata Kolgiji from Yoga and Wellness Specialist, Pragya Inner Wisdom, Nidhi Yogi, the Marketing and Project Lead from Saki Saheli, Niti Malavia from Active Mummies, all distinguished guests, yoga practitioners and members from the diverse communities in Australia, from India and also in Singapore as well. As my introduction was given by Nidhi, I'm the first Indian-born member of Parliament in Victoria. And Sujata ji, it's always good to see you. And it was good to see you in person in 2019. And I'm really happy to join this online event. And it's very important because I've got the young constituents from my electorate, like Nidhi Yogi and Nidhi, both of them, involved in this event. And it's always good to support young people, especially if they are young women trying to do any initiatives which are good for the community. So I'm always supportive of the initiatives run by these young girls. I hope you all are keeping well and staying safe. And first of all, a happy and healthy International Yoga Day to everybody. It's amazing to see many yoga practitioners and enthusiasts virtually today who have come together to celebrate this day. And I'm delighted to be part of this Yoga Day celebrations, which is organized by Saki Saheli in collaboration with ICCR, High Commission of India and Singapore, Pragya, and Active Mummies. I myself helped Rajendra Yankanamule from Vasudev Kriya Yoga School, Melbourne, in organizing a yoga session in Victorian Parliament in 2019. But unfortunately, we could not do the yoga session in Parliament last year and also this year due to the pandemic. The International Day of Yoga aims to raise awareness worldwide of the many benefits of practicing yoga. International Yoga Day 2021, this year's theme for 2021 is Yoga for Well-being, at a time when society is still recovering from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. And despite challenging times across the globe, it is wonderful to see that many organizations and community members are taking initiative to remind the society about the various initiatives in health and well-being to maintain optimum health in daily life. This highlights the urgent need to address the mental health dimension of the pandemic in addition to the physical health aspects. And the message of yoga in promoting both the physical and mental well-being of humanity has never been more relevant. The social significance is that this type of community initiatives helps to bring the communal harmony and strengthen the cross-cultural relationship within our society while focusing on individual and community health And organizing virtual events, it helps us connect with people like Sujata ji, which are, sitting in other part of the world. So we have learned many ways, to connect with people and spread the message of health and well-being. I'm happy to mention that Sakhi Saheli has been organizing programs that are supportive of positive health education in health-related topics, various other events that develops the community well-being as well. They are collaborative in their approach and are encouraging young mothers to be active through programs of their partnering organizations like Active Mummies. And I'm happy to note that they have partnered with many, many organizations locally and internationally in organizing today's event. So thank you, Nidhi, Isha, Aniti, for your hard work and leadership. And Sujata ji, we need to learn so much from you. And the one thing is, you always have a big smile on your face. So best wishes to all the organizations who are part of this International Yoga Day event, as well as to all the yoga practitioners. Keep doing the great work, and dhanyawad.
Thank you so much, Kaushalaji. I will take it straight away from this inspiration that you've given us with your speech. I'll take it straight away to Sujata ji. She is an international expert on holistic and integrative health, wellness consultant and trainer. She's an author and speaker with more than 20 years of experience, and no more experienced and well-known person can take away this session. So I'm going to hand it over to Sujata ji, who is the founding director of Pragya Yoga and Wellness, which is based in Singapore. But she has taken the use of this technology and taken it worldwide. So take it away, Sujata ji.
Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me clearly. Thank you very much for that introduction. Kaushalya ji, always a pleasure and an honor to be with you. It's truly remarkable that you make time for us, and today's audiences have joined in from India, from Singapore. So in India it's 10:30 a.m. In Australia it's 3:30, and everywhere in between. So welcome everyone. Nidhi and Kaushalya ji, thank you very much for your support for today. Without further ado, let's begin. Today's topic is deep relaxation. So I'd like for all of us to experience this, as well as to get a certain theoretical understanding of this. So perhaps we can start out with just a brief orientation to just settle down a bit. So if you can sit comfortably, roll back your shoulder blades and gently close your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths to simply check in. Allow the spine to be straight but not rigid. And set your intention for today's session. So in setting the intention for today's session, make sure that it is your highest, most altruistic intention to practice. Begin to observe the breath as it flows in and out. As you inhale, take in pure positive energy. As you exhale, let go of any anxiety, stress, or tension anywhere in the body or the mind. One more time, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Sound out ha and let go of any tension. And one last time, similarly, breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Good. And now begin to simply let the breath settle comfortably and in a relaxed manner. Observe the way you're doing in terms of the breath. Let the breath flow organically and spontaneously. And in your own time, begin to deepen the breath. Become aware of the body once again. Let a smile settle into your face and relax the center of your forehead. In your own time, slowly open your eyes and start with a big, bright smile. Welcome and namaste again. Okay, so today's practice, we're going to talk about what really is sleep and relaxation. Why do we need it? What are the problems that we come across? And most important, how do we really get better sleep? So whether you're a new mother who's actively looking after her children, or whether you have children of your own that are grown up, or whether you are single and running around, it really doesn't matter. but we'll take a look at a little bit of the theoretical understanding. And also towards the end, I'd like you to try it. So the proof of the pudding is in the trying. So without trying, there's no point. So towards the end, so you can find yourself a place that's comfortable for you to lie down, or to just, even if you're sitting in a chair, we can practice this. So let's begin with what is and what isn't. So like the tip of an iceberg, we often find that what is our conscious mind is what is appearing in our wakeful state, and beneath it is what lies beneath, which is our subconscious, which is almost 90% of what is hidden and what we cannot really see. So really looking at these very states of consciousness. In the times of pandemic, we find that more and more people's sleeping patterns or relaxation patterns have changed, primarily because we don't really have to go to work. So being at home and being changing the way we work, or changing the way we don't have to drop our children to school anymore, and things like this. So we are able to sleep. Research studies show that more than 57% of people globally feel that their relaxation techniques in terms of quality and quantity have both changed. So when we look at what really happens and why do we really think that it is essential, even one single night of less than 4 hours of sleep affects the your cancer fighting abilities by 70%. So it goes down by 70%. And also these days, because we are all taking flu shots, we find that our immunity, if we've slept for about, very well for a week before getting our flu shot, then the efficacy of the vaccine goes up by 50%. So these are all things that, talk about how our brain detoxes and how we have the ability to, more than anything else, boost our immunity. So if you want to read a little bit more about it, there's a beautiful book called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, and you can find more information about it on that. So what happens when we really lose sleep? Most of us say it's okay. We've been able to. It doesn't really matter one night of sleep. We saw how it affects our cancer cells, but we also know how important it is because it increases fatigue, it affects creativity, it affects immunity, and also it allows us to, our concentration wavers. So we are not able to clearly make decisions that we were able to make earlier. So if we've had a good night's sleep, it helps to improve a lot of, a good sense of well-being and energy, and a sense of really being there. When we haven't slept well, we can have insomnia, which is just about, let's say, we didn't sleep one night or a couple of nights. That really is not a very serious issue. But beyond the purview of today's conversation, where you really should be seeing a doctor or a specialist, are areas where, if you've had sleep-related breathing issues like sleep apnea, where you need a CPAP machine to help you to breathe as you sleep, or you could have sleep night terrors or parasomnias, where in the night you could wander about without your knowledge. Very serious issues are narcolepsy, which is basically, narcolepsy is where you fall asleep all of a sudden in the middle of a day. Imagine doing this when you're driving a car or something. Could get into a serious accidents, and therefore you need to see somebody who is a specialist on that. Also, there could be other issues related to medications that you may be taking, or things that you may be doing that you require more attention. So you should definitely seek out a healthcare provider and try and locate and seek guidance. But what we can do, and what for most of us will be for today's purposes, we look at relaxation and the benefits of it. It's immense. Once you wake up with clarity and focus, you'll be able to see that you're able to function at your best. You're more creative. Your ability to to fight colds, for example. You don't wake up with a sniffly nose or rhinitis. You have a certain sense of memory. Memory and sleep are very closely related. So if you don't have a good rest, then your memory begins to slow down, and you don't feel so rejuvenated at all. And when you've slept well, you'll feel fresh and able to work with a sense of great calmness. Let's look at what happens when we sleep, because oftentimes we are not really aware of what goes on. So let's try and look at what really happens when we are sleeping. So the first thing that happens is when we go into the first part of sleep, which is really when somebody calls your name and you wake up immediately, you respond immediately. The second one is where body systems begin to slow down. You begin to get into a sense of more relaxedness. So the blood pressure lowers, your body temperature, your core temperature lowers. And then gradually you get into what is known as the rapid eye movement, or an REM sleep cycle. So we may have heard of this REM, or rapid eye movement. This is where we fall into a deep sleep. This is where repairs take place at a cellular level in the body. And we go into what is known as a dream state as well. So in yoga, we often talk about the wakefulness, the sleepness, the dream, and beyond the dream state. This isn't something that I've made up. It's from the Mandukya Upanishad. So if you want scriptural references, you could look in that direction. But when we do look at having had a good night's sleep or a good rest, we sometimes feel like that's not me really, because I'm let's say a late night person, or an owl, a night owl. And some people are morning larks because they like to wake up very early and they like to do things that are much more, get stuff done early in the morning, think of what they need to do. And they're very energetic in the morning. Some people, of course, love to stay up very late at night, and that's where they function best. But in both cases, just after having had a meal, let's say in the afternoon, about 2 o'clock or so, there's a dip in energy. And this dip in energy is something that oftentimes, we may attribute it to having had a heavy meal, but it's really more to do with, not feeling the sleep and the sleep cycle itself. So what is known as the circadian rhythm, or the body light energy. So we'll talk a little bit more about how we can improve rest and relaxation. And soon we'll talk a little more about how that affects us. But in general, the circadian rhythm, if we respect that, which means that we sleep respecting our own body type, we're able to get more productive and good energy throughout our day. And what keeps us from sleeping well? So there are a number of things, particularly in our times. This is the number one thing that keeps us away from sleeping well on time. So we're oftentimes just hooked to our computers or our cell phones. And even if you don't take anything else out of today's session, if you just leave this, I wouldn't even say outside your bedroom, but leave it such that you have to stand up in order to access your phone, you'd have done yourself a favor. So you could just leave it on the table or leave it somewhere where you'd have to get up physically to access your phone. Then you probably are doing better. But there were other reasons why you can't sleep well. And some of them are having alcohol or having, smoking, things like that. If you are on other medication, that may also be a problem. But the biggest one really is stress. And we all know that, we may be, if we are stressed out, there's a direct connection and we are not able to sleep well. So when we look at sleep or rest, we talk about two parameters. We talk about one being the quality of sleep and one being the quantity of sleep. So when we are talking about quality and quantity, we speak about every adult needing anywhere between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So as an adult, your body needs 7 to 9 hours of sleep. If you don't have that sleep, you are going to be in some serious problems, if not now, then definitely in building up of some illnesses which are quite severe, such as putting yourself at risk with Alzheimer's, which often leads to reduction or decline in memory function. So how is it that we may be able to get better quantity and quality of sleep? So first and foremost is trying to get a quantitative sleep, which is 7 to 9 hours, like I said. So it gives you enough room to sleep. But lying down, most of us, should invest in a little bit of a better bed or a mattress. So it's not too soft and not too hard, like Goldilocks is porridge, right? Something that's just right for you. And also, if you're lying down on the side, so if you're a side sleeper, you may want to keep a pillow between your knees, knee through ankle, and another short pillow under your head. So that will help you to sort of stay in a position where your spine remains straight and the integrity of the spine is maintained. So if you're pregnant, you may also want to put a little bit of a cushioning under your belly so that it helps your back and it doesn't strain your back too much. If you're a belly sleeper, then placing a small pillow underneath your chin or your head will help you. And if you're a back sleeper, so you like to lie down on your back, then, and if you have a bad back particularly, this will be useful for you, lying with placing a pillow underneath your knees. So this will help you to get into a much more relaxed position. Even if you're lying down, the quality of relaxation will be much better. Um, I also often, I don't get a commission for saying this, but oftentimes when you feel like you can't sleep well, you need to have something that is a weighted blanket, like a gravity blanket, I think it's called. It may be called different things in different parts of the world. But what it essentially does is it just snuggles you like a baby that you swaddle when a baby is born, putting a bean bag or something on the baby's belly, a tiny bean bag. Similarly, putting a little bit of a weighted blanket on yourself. It weighs anywhere between 15 to 20 pounds, and you can put it on you and it just helps you snuggle in quite well. So that's one option. The second option is also, we'll soon speak about techniques to help relaxation, but the technique is to reduce the core temperature of your body. And how do you get that? So either you may get into a warm shower before you go to bed. So as soon as you come out, the body temperature will drop a little bit. Otherwise, you may just consider opening the windows or in summer, or having an aircon on. The air conditioning about 18 degrees is considered optimal temperature. So the first things that you may want to do, and oftentimes we hear, because we live in urban societies where it's considered to be very sort of in thing, and you're considered lazy if you sleep off. But a short nap, nothing more than 20 minutes, of course. Research shows that if you go more than 30 minutes, it's not good for your body at all. But 10 to 20-minute nap is something that is very useful and good. So it's like afternoon siesta, if you like. Most cultures in like Mexico or in India also, they'll talk about in Ayurveda lying down but not falling asleep. So you do take a downtime, if you like, in the afternoon, which is supposed to be quite good and helpful. So try that if you think that will help you a little bit to perk you up when you wake up, because when you wake up, then you are full of ideas that pop like popcorn. So it's a good idea. Some other things to do would be, first of all, would be powering down. So getting off your digital devices about an hour or so before you go to bed. Then cooling down, like I said, so trying to cool down your body temperature. So it helps you to create a certain sense of ease and comfort. Then lights off. So trying to create, when you close the blinds, you find that if no light enters, then again, going back to the circadian rhythm, we wake up with light and we fall asleep when it's dark. So just trying to keep the blinds closed and having no lights on would be helpful. Sometimes I get asked the question, what about a night light? And I often say that, if you really do need to use the bathroom or can't find your way to the bathroom, well, then keep a small light on, but otherwise no need to have a light on. Then regularity. So again, like the phone, if there's one thing that you should take back, it would be regularity, which means that you sleep on time. Most of us are in the habit of having an alarm clock that allows you to wake up early in the morning or whenever you want in the morning, but we don't have an alarm clock that says, enough, I need to go to bed now. And I think that it would be really interesting if most of us decided to say, well, let's, try and switch off now and have a regular hour that you just, regardless of what is going on, just fall asleep at that time. Creating sleep rituals, like I mentioned before, is a good one. Having foods such as, tryptophan-rich foods, or having a glass of milk. If you are vegan, then nut milk with some turmeric in it is great anti-inflammatory in these COVID times, would definitely help you. A certain comfortable position to sleep will always be useful and helpful. Avoiding meals very close to bedtime is another tip that I would like to share, because if you've eaten something very close to your meal time, then it is less likely that you will fall asleep without having some disturbance. So try and stay away from that. Also stay away from stimulants like coffee or tea. If you are in the habit of having those, then try and avoid having them. Let's say 5 p.m., around 5 p.m. you can have them before. Exercise is a really good one. We'll do some stretches before we do get into our relaxation practice today. Meditation, like the one that we did at the beginning of today's practice, may be very beneficial. You might find that, just having maintaining a regular meditation thing that you do every morning would be quite useful. Also, listening to calm music or taking a bath would be really, really quite helpful. So if we were to look at sleep as an acronym, one could look at it as slow down, S for slow down. L is leave digital devices away from you. E is exercising regularly. E is also exhaling longer. So let's try that. And P is prepare to sleep. But exhaling longer, what does this mean? So let's try this right now. So have a sense that you're sitting comfortably, your back straight, but not slouching into a chair. And then inhale through the nose, keeping the mouth closed. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale double the amount that you're breathing in. So exhaling twice the amount. So let's assume that your inhalation is 3 counts. So breathing in 3 counts and exhaling 6 counts. Again, keeping the mouth closed, breathing out through the nose. So what this does is it lights up your parasympathetic nervous system. Let's continue breathing this way for 2 more times. Close your eyes, breathe in through the nose. And exhale longer as you breathe out. Gently relax, 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 relax your body completely. So exhaling longer. This is one option. And then slowly open your eyes. So immediately you'll notice a certain sense of calmness to your body and a certain sense of ease in your mind. So this is a good stress buster. The other one is to block your right nostril completely. I'll mirror you. So I'll block my right nostril completely and exhale and inhale through the left only. So you can use your thumb or the last 2 fingers, depending on which one, but you're blocking entirely your right nostril completely. And exhale only through the left nostril, inhale only through the left nostril. So again, the left nostril is one that, and breathe in and out for 12 cycles like this. So let's try and do that. And if you fall asleep at the end of it, I would have achieved my goal. So don't worry if you do fall asleep as well. Exhale and inhale comfortably, in through the nose, exhale out through the nose, but only through the left nostril. So blocking the right nostril completely. That's it. Close your eyes and try 3 more breath cycles at your own pace. Gentle breathing in, gentle breathing out, soft breath in and soft breath out. As you breathe in, take in pure positive energy. As you breathe out, let go of any stress, tension, or anxiety. That's it. And then slowly return to the awareness of the body once again and open your eyes. Relax your hands back down to your knees or thighs. So this alone will sort of put you in a state of half ease and relax you completely. So if you're not falling asleep, wondering what to do, then counting sheep is not a good idea. Instead, you could try some of the tips that I shared with you. Someone actually went out and did a study on whether or not counting sheep leads to sleeping well, and they found that it actually doesn't. So it's a useless effort to try and fall asleep counting sheep. So among other things in your sleep checklist that you might do, one is recognizing your stress triggers and figuring out what those are and trying to make a sleep sanctuary so that you're able to create a certain sense of ease and well-being. Practicing relaxation techniques that we spoke about earlier. Some of them include stretching. So just extend your arms out, interlace the hands like such. Extend your arms out as you breathe out, and inhale, lift your arms overhead completely. So you stretch yourself all the way, stretch, stretch, stretch. So you can feel the whole body stretching, and allow the side body to open up as well. And then exhale slowly and gently, release, 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 relax, 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 and release the hands back down. Good. So we could try this standing up as well. So let's try that if you want. Let's perhaps try that. So you can stand up, and this time you can lift the heels off the floor. So interlace your hands, placing them at the abdomen, and then breathing in, extend the arms forward, lift them up just like you did before, but this time send the heels up as well. So extending the heels off the floor, give yourself a good stretch, and then exhale, drop just the heels down, keep the hands where they are. Inhale yet again, and then exhale, slowly and gently release the palms and the hands back down. So we'll try this one more time, just like you did before. So interlace the hands, extend the arms out, keep standing, extend the arms out, very well done, that's it. Extend the arms out, and then breathing in, lift the arms all the way up. Give yourself a super good stretch so that you feel extended. The next inhalation, lift the heels off the floor. So you're almost on your tippy toes. And then exhale, the next exhalation, drop the heels down, breathing, and then exhale, allow the hands and the heels back to release back to the floor. Very well done, good. And then you can sit back down in your chair if you like. So a few other stretches to do would be for the neck and for the head. So interlace the hands just like you did before, place them behind you. So the hands are sort of cradling the back of your head, and then press back such that your head presses back into the, that's it, good. So the chin slightly down towards the chest, elbows slightly in towards each other, and then a big smile, but that's entirely optional. Good. And then slowly and gently relax and release. And we'll try a variation of the same thing for the neck. So this is known as the vagus nerve here. And it's one of the very key nerves that run through the body. Inhale, lift your right arm up, and then hold and place your hand across. So your jaw is what you're holding. And then hold on to your chair, and then begin to allow the head to move towards the side as best as you can, giving the area from your ear to your neck, through your shoulder, a good stretch. Oh, very well done, good. And then breathing in, lift up the arm overhead and release it back down. Very well done. Same thing the other side. So inhale, lift the arm overhead, and then hold across, and then begin to give yourself a good stretch as you begin to drive your ear as close towards your arm as you can, away from the other shoulder. And you'll feel that there is an enormous stretch that you feel from your ear to the shoulder blade. And then breathing in, come back up, and then exhale, gently release and relax. So you'll find that there is a lot of stress opening here, and it will begin to relax you very much more than you would normally. Exhale, look over your shoulder blade, looking over to your right side. And again, simply feel the stretch in your neck area. Keep the shoulders away from each other like a bird that's flying. Breathing in center. And as you breathe out, look over to the other side very gently. So exhaling, look over to the other side. And then breathing in, come back center. Very well done. So you'll find that these kind of stretches are simple stretches, but they are very useful. And over time, you'll find that it helps you to create a sense of rejuvenation before you go to sleep. So nothing that's very, very too strenuous, but it of course will help you to get into a sense of ease and comfort. Again, if you want more information about it, you can look at Herbert Benson's work on relaxation response. And it talks about how to stretch the body in order to feel more relaxation. So when you do that, the body can go into a deeper state of ease and relaxation. In the yoga repertoire, of course, we have many instances of how to do it and techniques to do it, for which we don't have time today, but we can definitely look at how yoga can be part of your daily life, so that if you practice every day, you'll find that the texture of your quality of life changes and you feel a lot more better. If you are having serious problems with sleep, and it's not serious enough to see a doctor yet, then you can keep a sleep diary or a journal. And I often get asked, what is it what must one write in the sleep journal? It's simple things like what time you went to sleep, what time you woke up, and if there's anything that has bothered you, like an obstacle that you had. And it's best not to look at it from a daily point of view, but a trend perspective. So over a month or 2 months, what kind of things you go through. So those will be easier for you to feel, and will be much better for you to over time come back to a sense of calibration, and you get a sense of what keeps you awake and what makes you sleep more. And meditation, of course, is a good idea. So now let's get ready and try and lie down, or you can sleep, stay in a chair. But before you do that, I'd like you to once again stretch your arms out, extending outward and upward as you breathe in. That's it. And then when you breathe out, just simply release and relax. So giving your muscles a good stretch. And now close your eyes for a moment and begin to prepare to lie down. So either you can choose to lie down on a couch or a bed. If you're lying down on a bed, if you have a bad back, you can place your, something under your knees. If you wish, you can even place your knee through ankle on a chair and lie down the rest of your body on the floor. So you could try that as well. Let me try and see if I can show you that slide. So perhaps you can do this, any of these versions that you can feel comfortable in. So lying down on a chair, using a chair, or you can sit down where you are seated in a comfortable position. So whatever works well for you, choose to be in that position. Close your eyes and make a resolution. I undertake this practice of deep relaxation for my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. For the duration of this practice, I will not move, and I will stay wakeful. So if you wear glasses, you can take them off. And if you wish, you can just sort of slouch into the chair so you're not holding your body rigid in any way. Begin to feel your body getting heavy. Beginning to feel the body getting heavier and heavier and heavier still, as though your body were made of lead. The body completely heavy. Each part of the body very heavy. And now begin to feel the body getting lighter and lighter still, as though your body were floating, as though the body were floating completely, as light as a feather. And gently begin to feel the body feeling light, even more light, and completely relaxed. Draw your mind's eye to your right big toe and begin to allow the right big toe to relax completely. Now gently begin to relax and feel the right big toe relaxing. Begin to feel the right big toe and all the parts of the right big toe totally and completely relaxing. The right big toe, know that the right big toe has completely relaxed. Know that the right big toe has now completely and totally relaxed. Relax, relax, relax. The other toes, relax all the other toes on the right foot. Relax the ankle. Relax the heel. Relaxing the whole right foot. Completely and totally relax the whole right foot. Relax the entire right foot completely. Similarly, relax the right calf, the right knee, the right thigh, relaxing the whole right leg. Completely let go of any stress in the right leg, all the joints of the right leg, all the muscles of the right leg completely and totally relaxed. Now relax the left big toe. Relax the little toes on the left foot. Completely relax the left heel, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot. Relax, relax, entirely relax the ankle, the shin, the calf, the knee, the thigh, relaxing the whole left leg entirely and totally. Completely relax the entire left side of the leg from the foot to the hip. Relax both the legs entirely. Completely and entirely relax. Relax, relax the whole bottom half of the body. Relax the internal organs. Relax the abdomen. Begin to relax the whole digestive system. Relax the entire stomach, liver, spleen, large intestine, small intestine, pancreas, gallbladder, and diaphragm. Entirely relax, relax, totally relax the whole digestive system. Feeling a sense of ease in the abdomen, small intestine, large intestine, gallbladder, liver, pancreas, and the diaphragm. Relax the whole digestive system completely. Now relax the chest, relax the heart and the muscles that surround the heart. Relax the right and the left side of the rib cage and both your lungs completely. Relax the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Fully relax, relax, relax the whole spine. Relax the entire spine completely. Relax the spinal cord and the fluid that runs through the spine. Now begin to relax the back of the head, the throat, voice box and vocal cords. Relax, relax, entirely relax the chin, jaw, mouth, teeth, tongue, inside of the mouth, upper palate, lips, upper lip, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek. Relax the right eye, the left eye, relaxing entirely the left ear and the right ear, the inside of the ears. Totally and completely relax. Relax the eyebrows, the temples, the center of the forehead, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Fully and completely relax the whole body from the head to the toes, and internally make the journey from the toes back up to the head, leaving no part untouched with your mind's eye. Begin to feel the heart open, the face relaxed, the eyes relaxed. Every cell, every pore, every part of the body completely and totally relaxed. Every cell, every pore, every part of the body working in perfect harmony with every other part. From the crown of the head down to the feet, and from the feet back up to the crown of the head, feeling a sense of ease, comfort right through, allowing a sense of peace, harmony, and balance throughout the body. Every part of the body now working at its optimal best, working at its optimal best. Feeling a sense of ease and comfort in the body. Begin to feel a difference between the body, that is the physical body, and your limitless potential. In your own mind, say to yourself, I am not this body. I am infinite potential. I am happy. I am blissful. I am peaceful. And in your own time, begin to slowly feel a sense of energy returning to at a cellular level throughout the body. Feeling the entire body buzzing with a sense of vibrancy, of energetic current throughout the body from the feet to the head and from the head back down to the feet. Getting a sense of ease and comfort throughout the body. And gradually begin to deepen the breath. Long, smooth, easy breath in through the body. And a long, smooth, deep breath out through the nose. Inhaling as you smile, exhaling as you smile. Returning to the here and now, slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes. If you're lying down, bend both your knees and roll over onto any side you like. And in your own time, taking your time to sit upright into any seated comfortable position that you'd like to be in. Take your time coming back into an upright position and rub your palms together, keeping your eyes closed until you feel a sense of warmth in your palms, and cup your hands on your eyes so your eyes, with your eyes closed, begin to feel a sense of connection here. And then in your own time, slowly and gently, let light in through your fingers and then open your eyes very gently. The practice of deep relaxation is now complete. So when you do this practice, you'll find that you can feel almost as if you've fallen asleep, or you may have felt like you were able to sleep better than you were when you slept through the night sometimes. A recording of this is available on my website, which is www.pragyayoga.com, pragyayoga.com, right? So you can click on resources there and find a 10-minute deep relaxation if you want to download one of those for yourself or for someone else that you may know would benefit. So in summary, really, relaxation is not something that is inaccessible, but sometimes that we just simply don't give ourselves enough attention to. So I'd like to invite questions. And if you are free this afternoon or this evening or this morning, wherever you are in the world, then we have a quiz show on yoga postures and yoga in general. And I hope that you will attend that. And you can write to me for the link to that one. And it's going to be for an hour, 4 to 5 p.m. in Singapore. So wherever that is, please calibrate your time zones. Promises to be fun, and there will be prizes, including sessions with me for audience questions if you get those. This session is being streamed live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So if any of you have questions, feel free to ask. I think Neeti will help to moderate the questions. It was really nice. So I'll close here, and for the next few minutes, if there are 2 or 3 questions, we can address them. Thank you.
Anyone has a question? So the only question we have is like the live is going from where, which I think Nidhi has already answered that. Yeah, I think Sujata ji, it was kind of very detailed, very nicely explained that nobody has a question, I suppose. It was beautifully presented by you. Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's always lovely to see you. Kaushalya ji, any words of wisdom from you?
That was great. I think after a very long time, I sat still for this long. No, it was wonderful. I had a question. You mentioned Matthew Walker, but I couldn't quite catch the name of the book that you referred. What was the name of the book?
Yes, the name of the book is Why We Sleep.
Okay.
And if you have time, you don't even need to buy a book. He has a very good podcast for it's almost an hour long podcast, but you'll like it very much. He's in conversation with a person called Mr. Rich, and you'll find that it's of immense value. He was at Berkeley and did a lot of research on sleep and why it matters. So he's definitely a good resource person to look at.
Yeah, I will look that. So no, but it felt really great. It was wonderful. And I'm sure you do this every day. I just need to make sure that I do this as well.
I try to do it as much as I can, and I think it's good to try and imbibe that, whether you are very active in your life or whether you are recovering from an illness or whether you are grieving from something. And they always say that it helps us process the emotions that we can't otherwise process. So relaxation is something that most of us may not be aware how important it is for us to actually if we just listen to our heart a little bit more and a little more caring. We generally are very caring towards other people, but when it comes to ourselves, sometimes we aren't so caring. So please try and take some time off to do this.
Yeah, so we need to focus on a little bit on self-care as well. That's what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was great, and I'm really thankful to you all to making me part of this, because otherwise, for me it's really
you have your very busy schedule. So thank you for making the time
no
for us.
problem. Thank you very much. Thank you. Is there anything I need to do, or is this finished, or are we still waiting for questions? Does anyone else have a question? Because I'm more than happy to hear if they have any question and how you're answering.
There's one question from Hinari Rao. So she's asking, if we do meditation about 4 a.m., does it still impact our immunity system? And as this doesn't complete 8 or 9 hours sleep cycle.
Right. So a 7 to 9 hours is what is ideal. So if you get 7 hours, that's good enough. And as regards meditating in the morning, it's always a good thing to meditate early in the morning. You'll soon find that you'll calibrate. If you are a very early morning riser, you'll find that your body gets enough rest and you're able to function with vitality and energy throughout the day. Meditation gives you a lot of oomph for the day, so to speak. So it sort of recharges your batteries so well that you can then take on a lot of things and work with equal energy throughout the day without having energy dips or fatigue through the day. The one thing I'd like to say is, if you're a beginner practitioner and you start out meditating early in the morning, you may tend to fall asleep very easily. So you may think that you are meditating, but very soon you're sort of falling asleep and you're nodding off. So my simple suggestion would be to just splash some water and on your face so that that doesn't happen. But otherwise, yeah, you're doing good. If you're waking up early in the morning, that's awesome. Any other questions?
Yes, so there is another question here. Is it advisable to exercise before sleep in the evening?
Is it advisable to exercise before a meal, you mean?
Before
exercise,
sleep.
yes. Yeah, so the kind of sleep matters. So every day, if you do, let's say, about 20 minutes, and you want to do it in the morning, that's ideal. If you don't have the time, and you can do some light stretches, the kind of stretches that we talked about earlier in this session, you could try some of those. And just the idea is that the intensity of the practice should not be too much. If you ramp up and sort of try and make the mind, if you do too much of intense exercise, it will sort of make you feel more active rather than calming you down. So the idea is to calm yourself enough so you're able to rest well and get good quality sleep as well.
Yes. Thank you, Sujata ji. There is another question. What key changes should be made to the diet in order to improve sleep?
Yes, so like I mentioned, there are some foods that are good for sleep and some foods that really are not really that great. So some of them which are not that great are very oily, very spicy, very heavy foods, alcohol, stimulants like tea or coffee. These are all really not very good for sleep. So you may think that alcohol helps you to sleep better, but in a short term, perhaps yes, but it really doesn't. So stay away from it as far as possible if you can, except for very rarely, perhaps if you do, or if you must. But in general, taking foods that are good for you are foods that are rich in tryptophan. Melatonin is another supplement that is a non-prescription supplement that sometimes is helpful to sleep because it helps with hormone that creates sleep. So it helps with the melatonin factor, and it helps you to sleep. So up to 3 milligrams, three grams of it would be very good for you to sleep with tryptophan and melatonin, but not more. It's a non-prescription one, but you can discuss it with your healthcare provider and then have it. The idea is to use foods which are good, which are the good foods to have. So for example, having milk with honey, or with things that will help to calm you down. Those are the foods to have. So the tradition of having milk before you go to sleep is a good one. Adding honey to it just makes it sweeter. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes, so there is another question. Approximately how much time before going to sleep one should switch off the electronics or the phones?
Oh, one should, yes, move away from electronics about an hour earlier. That's the recommendation. So if you can stay away from your computer or your television or your phone for an hour before you go to sleep. So now you'll have a good hour to do what you want, and it'll be like a gain of a whole hour. You'll see how much time you have once you just put away that phone of yours for a while.
I can say it actually helps because it helps with
Yeah,
me because I was a very gadget friendly person, and since last couple of months I'm just like moving away from the gadgets and switching them off, and I have that timer in my phone which give me an idea of in 1 week how much I spend on social media or anywhere. So I know the idea, oh my god, this much time I have wasted on. So yeah, that's helping
that's
me.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you don't have any questions, are there any more questions?
There is only one question. Should one wake up with alarm or sleep as much as possible if one can?
Right. So I generally would say put an alarm to go to bed. So you sleep on time, but waking up, you can wake up if you don't have to get to anywhere, then try and wake up with your own body clock. The other thing is just when you go to sleep, tell yourself you want to wake up at this time. And chances are that over a period of time, you'll find that you are able to wake up exactly at the time that you said that you would wake up. So your mind programs itself to waking up at that time. So I would say that, if there are no other questions with Kaushalya ji, if with your permission, we can close the meeting if there are no further questions.
Thank you all
Thank
for
you so
joining.
much for being.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
all. Thank you.
Thank
It
you
was
so much,
wonderful,
guys.
Sujata ji.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Thank
Niti.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Nidhi.
you. That's all
Thank
good. Let's
you.
close the event.
Yes,
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
bye.
Thanks. Do join us for the quiz program shortly. It will start at 4 p.m., which is 2 hours from now, whichever time zone you're in. It will be a really fun and fantastic one. So if you haven't registered and are not part of the official teams, you can still win prizes by winning. And the prizes for the audience, if I may let the cat out of the bag, is a 1 hour session with me, private session with me. So you can discuss more of your needs on health and wellness. And I hope you can join us today. Tomorrow we do have a session for children, which is only for children, which will be at Singapore time 3:30. So feel free to join us then if you can. Thank you again for your time and your participation. I know most of you here, and have a very stay bendy, stay happy, and stay safe wherever you are. Thank you for today.
Thank
Bye bye.
you. See you, everyone.